Hi everybody, Kevin Magna back here with our small business rock stars. Today we're going to follow up off of yesterday's talk with Bryce Root on the marketing side of things. We're going to complement that talk yesterday with our friend Jake Stansky of XO Pandora. Jake, how you doing?
Great. How are you?
Awesome. Thank you for joining us. Jake's business is got all kinds of great stories we're going to get into about how COVID-19 and shelter in place has impacted not only his business but his clients. So Jake, tell us where you're at with your business and what is how have you guys been impacted with things?
So the immediate impact with the shelter in place has taken down. A lot of our clients, we have a lot of food and beverage and entertainment based clients in the Bay Area and all over the place as well. We have a distillery out in Wisconsin and so on and so forth. And so the first couple weeks we're just sit and wait from these, and the emails start to trickle in as they had to furlough their own employees and really make the hard decisions to not hold their events and try to, as well as they had to put on the brakes to figure out what they were going to do, like in the food and beverage world, to survive. So it was interesting first initial reactions, and then kind of cooler heads prevailed, creative heads, I guess, have prevailed. And we're back. We're actually been really busy helping some of the stronger and more creative clients on our list. And that's not to say anything negative about the others, but some of them were better prepared than others to kind of adjust, which has made our adjustment almost seamless. We didn't get to twiddle our thumbs very long.
Yeah. So your team has been working remotely yourself for a couple of years now. So that isn't the shock on your end. The shock is more of how do we help our clients get around this challenge and keep them, ultimately, utilizing your services. And so, there's a common theme amongst all these small businesses we're talking to is creativity is winning the day. How do you think differently? Share some of your stories that you're hearing and you're helping your clients to survive and then hopefully thrive during this time.
Yeah, definitely. One standout is Winchester Mystery House. They had to immediately, furlough their guides and a lot of their team and so forth. And that is, it's a historic monument, but it's a working, running business. It's it's like a baby Disneyland, it's an attraction. And they immediately pivoted really well into their social media. Their social media became more of an educational opportunity to highlight a lot about the house and the history, whereas before it was ongoing promotions, come on down, this is what's going on this week. And so they've had to shutter it as an attraction and turn it into kind of an education piece. They have a tour for people that are disabled and unable to walk the house itself, because it's very hard house to traverse. And they have this tour and you have to pay for it. And they put that out there free to the public for, I think, 3 weeks. And the response was amazing. It was, I had the numbers. It was 822,000 people viewed the tour.
Wow.
That they usually have out there. So it was a fantastic response. And then what they've done is they've just hired and finished. They got a 360 virtual tour company to come in, and they took 180,000 photographs of the house and have stitched it together. And it's launching next week. So you can pay like a nominal fee, and you can actually tour the house. And then in those tours, they have these little pins on throughout the house. So it becomes this like educational, even if you've gone on that tour before, it's actually more in depth. And you actually they actually photographed or photograph areas that aren't open to the public and never would be open to the public. So it's actually going to be an exclusive kind of a cool thing. That's just creativity right there. They looked at what their asset was and what they could do. And it's not, it's drive revenue to not only keep the historic site afloat, but also to give to their employee fund of a lot of the guides and the, some of the non-executive level employee staff that they wanted to extend this to. They just didn't want to, kick them to the street.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. I mean, I actually applauded them on their social transition.
Yeah.
And you can tell by the numbers, the engagements are fantastic, where they average something like 100, 200 likes or, in comment feeds. Now they're getting about 450, 600 on some of the stuff. And it's really cool. And it's bridging that momentum to when they can become an attraction again. And it's keeping their brand relevant in front, like they say with real estate, just stay in front of people, right?
Yeah. That's so
And
awesome.
so,
Yeah, we're hearing a lot of these big companies are opening the doors, like behind the scenes kind of stuff, right? That it's really keeping people engaged. It's like it's upping that relationship that they're building with their customers. But Disneyland, like,
with the recipes,
yeah, the churro recipe, like, awesome, like, cool stuff, right? Yeah,
right? I mean, it's fantastic. That's creative thinking on using you got your marketing people, you got your graphics people. And if you don't, there's so many tools out there with the Instagram apps and all that to quickly present yourself, to take a photo and to put it out there and kind of, keep up with the Joneses as far as the presentation level and the marketing level, and getting your core. And really, you're just trying to bide your time to you can become a business again. And we're doing that with Good Guys. Rod and Custom is another fantastic. They are 22 events nationwide. Well, those events aren't happening. They've already had to cancel 4 or 5. And so what they've done immediately is we went to a virtual car show. And the virtual car show was a fantastic, we're in talks this morning because next Saturday's virtual car show number 2, because virtual car show number 1 was so successful, and we opened it up for people to submit their photo, and then we would highlight it on the virtual car show day. We went around and created tours of areas of the event that you would see from all the past event photos. I mean, they take about 10,000 photos per event. So, and, for 10 years of this is piled up. So it was like, go see the Mustang corral and all that type of stuff. And so what it's done is it's not only engaged their visitor and their fan base, but it's kept the engagement going with their partners and sponsors who have early on committed money and resources. A lot of these vendors get in big rigs and they travel to the events and they move their wares there and they interact with the customer. And so we've opened up that in 2 scenarios where it's like fans get to still see what they love and the hot rods and the customs, and then the vendors still get to stay within, in front of the face. So Good Guys became a digital conduit between the 2 audiences, and it's really been fantastic. I mean, the numbers are through the roof. When I look at all the analytics, I'm like, wow, you drove 112,000 people to the website when it was going to be 0 if you were going to be inactive. And that's just being creative. When we put the team to work, 4 or 5 people, got to cranking away on it. And the response from all ends is just, it's outstanding. The partners could not be more thankful because we're a distributor for digital content in that realm with that client. Yeah. And to go silent would have been really hard for them. And so they're struggling to get their message out. And here we are in control of the numbers. So it was just a really good scenario. That's awesome. To go ahead and get that going.
Yeah. So give me the quick elevator pitch on kind of XO Pandora's core features and services you provide to small businesses and large.
The quick ones, the ones we've really quickly pivoted to is assisting with getting people into the e-commerce realm. Either bringing them on with a Shopify, bringing them on with something that, another e-commerce service, or harnessing their own tools that they might not have known about. Like with a lot of food and beverage, their point of sale system has this built in. So we've jumped in. We had a distillery out in Wisconsin who is doing the hand sanitizer thing. And within a couple weeks, I think 2 weeks looking back, $12,000 in sales. And that took us 1 day to assist with them. So we did that. And now going forward, we're prepping our clients when online is going to be one of their biggest salvations, between now and vaccine and even post-vaccine when they can get back to business, prepping them and doing it right. No haphazard jumping back online, no haphazardly just setting up a website. I do support not only our services, but the Wix and the Squarespaces. And that's only a piece of the mix. And I'm sure your marketing person that you interviewed yesterday will tell you. And so we're helping them outline what is needed, getting their email marketing, getting a MailChimp set up along with this, collecting those emails, letting them know what the social play is, and then making sure that their website brings it up to the standard of what digital, common expectations now of the trust factor. This is a brand that I can now engage with because they've set themselves up at a level. So we're doing that now.
That's
And
great.
then just upping our own educational resources for people. So when they, clients will be rock stars when time comes and when it's the right time to go back out there to the public and maintain their business.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, all really valuable tools and resources and services that your company provides to these small businesses that they're so relevant and needed in this time. Those guys that are being creative, those guys that are thinking differently, they're gonna work hard, and it's gonna be tough right now, but it's gonna pay off dividends when we get on the other side of this thing. So, thank you for sharing those stories with us today, and we hope your business as well as your clients rebound as quickly as possible. Thanks again, Jake.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, appreciate that. And then I just want to leave you real quick with one, because this goes out and you're doing a fantastic job networking. What we've done, and it's kind of an altruistic movement, but we have been bridging relationships with people that might be out of work, graphic designers, photographers, videographers. And so we're becoming a hub, marketing agencies, smaller market agencies. We're creating a strong network. So when people do contact us, I also have that reference of, we have a graphic designer on board that can help you, and she, Gina was furloughed, and then, another gentleman lost a lot of business. So we've been banding together, and that's something that we're also offering, as well as becoming a one-stop shop resource, not, through us, but we can definitely get anybody that needs the right assistance from the right professionals out there.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, we're doing something similar too on our side of the business, and really trying to there's a lot of people that need income right now, and so if there's anything we can do to help bridge that gap, yeah, awesome. So Jake, thanks again, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Kevin.